Hello, I'm just going to do a quick video of how to pack your bike away into a bike box, in this case the Polaris Pod Pro, with just a multi-tool. This is a Crank Brothers one. I use this one because it's got the 8mm for the pedals. So yeah, normally start off by taking the pedals off, just so you can get a bit more leverage, so you can twist them off a bit easier. As you can see, I've already taken my other one off. With the Polaris bike box, you get this handy little tool bag so the pedals can go in there. I normally put them inside a sock first, just to protect them a bit and keep them separate from all the other bits that you're going to put in there. So there you go. Next step is taking the bars off. So I'll just twist this around a bit. As you can see, I've loosened the stem cap off a little bit already, just to save a bit of time on the video. But you've got 4 bolts here. Undo them all, and then your handlebars will become free. Just put that there. So you're taking the bars off just so that it protects the bars while they're inside the bike box. It just packs away the bike a lot easier as well. So I'll put those back on once taking it off, just so that all the parts stay together, so you're not going to lose anything. There's no real order to doing things other than, like I said, taking the pedals off first, just so you can get that leverage while the bike's all in one bit, but I tend to do this bit first. I'll then take the saddle off, well, seat post should I say. So just loosening these 2 bolts here, enough so that then the saddle will come out, and you can pack that away safely. Again, just nip these up a little bit, just so that they don't come loose in transit and rattle around in your box and get lost. Let's put that one aside. Next step, make sure that you're in your big ring, your bottom sprocket, because you're going to be taking the wheels off, and it's a lot easier to do that. I can then disconnect the Di2 battery, so that you're not engaging the Di2 and wasting your battery while it's in transit, because as the levers, buttons get pressed and things, it can, if you've got a long trip, can weigh your battery down. So next I'll take the skewers off. And again, keeping everything together so you don't lose it. They can go inside this little box here, in the bag as well, with the battery. Same with the front wheel. So that's both skewers off, so that means the wheels will come off easily. Just put those to one side. And the last bit of the frame is I'll take the rear mech off. I do this just as a bit of extra protection, because last thing you want is to arrive at your destination and for some reason your rear mech getting damaged. I know with this bike box you can keep your rear mech on, but I think it's advised to take it off, because obviously it's a bit of a weaker area of the bike. So that's the rear mech off. I tend to wrap that in a bit of towel or bubble wrap or something like that, just so that the chain's not getting everywhere. Obviously you can get oil everywhere, you don't want that. You just wrap that up. I'll just pop the bike to one side, because you put the wheels in first on this bike box. So with the Polaris one, the cassette side, the drive side wheel goes, I guess, at the bottom. The hole's a bit deeper for it to go in, and then you can use these cable ties just to secure it in place. They're really handy. You can let a bit of air out your tyre, because I know they ask you that at the airport. It's probably worth keeping a bit in just so if you need to ride to the nearest bike shop to get some air in the tyres if you haven't got a pump. Those screw protectors, wheel protectors go on there just so that it doesn't scratch on the frame. So the frame's going to be sat on here. So just put the front wheel in. So again, just putting the protector on and bracing the wheel in 4 places so it doesn't rattle around. It stays in place, it's all neat and tidy. So that's all in position. So now we can put the frame inside the bike box. So I tend to do it this way around. I know on this particular box you can put it a few different ways around. And just disconnect the Di2 front pack, so it means I can move the bars around a bit easier. So what I do on this bit is I press the brake levers so they go into the box. The bar then goes through the forks, just hold it in place there. You then have these 4 straps that are really handy to secure the bike in place, and it keeps those brake levers down. I know some people say you're not supposed to keep your brake levers pressed on because it sort of stretches the cables, but I've never had a problem with it. And it just makes sure that the bike's secure the whole time. So you just pull those straps tight, so that's in place, and then you've got 2 final straps, one to brace the bottom of the bike there, and one around the stays, just to keep it in position here. And then with a bit of bubble wrap or a towel or whatever you got, like old t-shirt, I put that under the cranks so that the teeth don't jam into the bottom of the box too much. You don't want to bend the teeth of your cranks, and just make sure all the straps are tightened up. You can then put your seat post in. I normally put that in a bit of packaging just because it's a carbon seat post and you don't want to damage it. That can go nicely between the forks there, and that'll stay in position. You can then put like a pump, foam roller, your helmet. I found that it goes between the stays quite well, and a little glasses case there, so that's not going to move around too much. All your little bits, your tools, your skewers, Di2 battery, bit of chain lube, that can all go in the bag, and that secures in place at the top of the bag, top of the pod there, so that's not going to rattle around too much. You can then throw, your trainers in, your bike shoes, tri shoes, whatever. There's normally a decent bit of room for a wetsuit, so that can go nice in there. Generally the heavier stuff better at the bottom of the bike box, just so it's not top heavy when it's standing up. So from there you've pretty much packed everything you need to, and you can close it, just making sure that all the plastic's in place, and you can then clip it with these 4 fastening devices. So just put your body weight over it, you can just clip them into place. So, and the final one, and then pretty much good to go. So all in under 10 minutes, your bike's ready to go, and it's nice and safely packed. Thanks very much for watching.